وفضل the month of Ramadan, Iman, all of us is going to fast. All the Muslims are going to fast. All you have to do, addition to this fasting, to fast Ramadan, Iman, to believe. Iman meaning believing it is from Allah. Allah obligated it. We all agree with this. We all believe Iman, meaning we believing that this Ramadan is obligated from Allah. أنه افترض من الله. واحتسابا احتساب الأجر عند الله. This we need to remember, remind ourselves. To account. Iman wa ihtisaban, believing in accounting, meaning accounting the reward from Allah. Expecting the great reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you did so, with ikhlas and yaqeen, Allah will forgive all of your sins. If you miss some of this, then the other hadith, Man qama Ramadan imanan wa ihtisaban. Same thing. Whoever stands up Ramadan, imanan wa ihtisaban, believing in Allah, believing in the qiyam and the siyam, ihtisaban, he accounts, he expected the rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also, Allah will expiate his previous sin. ولكن لاحظ هنا من قام رمضان, whoever stand up the month of Ramadan. Someone missing some days of qiyam, maybe he's not included, Allahu a'lam, but we try to make qiyam the whole night of Ramadan. تقوم Ramadan, all the nights of Ramadan. And the qiyam doesn't have to be in the masjid. It's better to be in the masjid, to have the nashat, and when you pray with the imam, you get the reward for the whole night. But if you miss the qiyam sometime with the imam, make qiyam at home. Pray witr at home. Make the 8 rak'ah plus the 3 witr at home. Make 11 rak'ah at home. You could do it, ya akhi. You don't have to recite Surah Al-Baqarah. You could recite Juz Amma, whatever surah you know, you memorize. You could recite at home. If you can't do 11 rak'ah, then do 9, then do 7, at least do 3. But don't miss one night of Ramadan without qiyam. So be included in this hadith. And if someone who is being lazy and he's busy at work, working 24/7, doesn't give himself a chance even in the month of Ramadan, then there is one night. Man qama laylatul qadr, whoever stand up the night of Laylatul Qadr, imanan wa ihtisaban, ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbihi. Then at least don't miss the last 10 nights of Ramadan, because you don't know exactly when is Laylatul Qadr. Because some people will only wait to the night of the 27th, and they will come with their big nets and they try to snatch it. You know, they are the smart people, the hunters, bounty hunters. They come and they just say, Khalas, Laylatul Qadr 27, don't these people are stupid? You know, they go to the masjid every day, so I'm only going to wait to Laylatul Qadr. He's going to come hide behind the door, and he thinks he's going to just catch something. A lot of people comes in the 27, may Allah give it to everyone. May Allah give it to everyone. But a Muslim yakun haris. If we expected someone to say, in the last night of Ramadan, whoever come, one night we will give $1,000. If Trump say, I'm going to give you the check, he says he's going to give stamina check for $5,000 for everybody. So nobody say anything. If he say you have to stand up the whole night, you have to take line in front of Walmart, what are we going to do? Subhanallah, when it comes to Laylatul Qadr, which is a better than 1,000 months, a lot of people hesitate from this. Let me ask Allah to give it for all of us. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyam. So the siyam is rahmah, is obligation, and is also mercy. And from the generosity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum. Who was those before us? The siyam, he said it was prescribed on those who were before us. Who are they? Ahlul Kitab, like Yahud. And the Nasara, of course, he's not talking about the Hindus and that, because they don't believe in Siyam and all of this. The Nasara wal Yahud, they're عندهم Siyam. How they fast? It's supposed to be the same like our fasting, but with more extreme. With more extreme. And now these days they have different kind of fasting. You know, they change from the min tahrifihim lidinihim, from their restoration to their deen, changing their religion. For the Christian now, you know how they fast? For the Jews, matalan, the Jews, they will say, we have to fast from the meat and the milk. Meat and milk. We cannot eat the meat and the milk. Or even to put it next to each other. Or to look at the milk while you're eating the meat. Or to drink the meat while you're looking at the meat. The milk while you're looking at the meat. Yani, stuff they bring from their own self. So the Jews, they only have so far these days like 4 main days to fast, and the other ones are voluntary. But they fast, when they fast for 25 hours. For the Yahud, when they fast right before Maghrib, 1 hour before Maghrib, until the next day when the after Maghrib, when the stars are showing. The Yahud, Nasara, Christians, more relaxed. They say we're only going to fast from water, or we're going to fast from meat, or we're going to fast from bread and meat, or we're going to only fast from meat and everything, and milk and bread. We're only going to eat salad and fruit and stuff for themselves. They used to must fast 30 days. And then it used to come, some of the ulama say their month of fasting, of course, is not Ramadan. It was hidden from them. They used to fast obligated to fast one whole month, like us. But then it used to come in the summertime. So they say it's too hot. We're going to push it to the winter time. فَأَجَّلُوا إِلَى الْوِنْتَر. And they increased in days. They say, you know what, because now it's short days, we're going to add 10 more days. We make it 40 days. And then one time one of their kings died and they added 10 more days. Make it 50 days. And we still going on until now. They fast for 50 days based on these stories, but only from bread and milk like this. And some of them only from the middle of the day until the night come, until the stars are showing. Yeah, so this is the siyam of those who were before us. كَمَا كُتِبَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. And the purpose for all of this, of course, it is the taqwa from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أيام المعدودات is a number of days to fast the month of Ramadan. Number of days. So Ramadan starts. When does Ramadan start? 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, then we're going to have the countdown. Only a couple of days left for Ramadan. It's only counted days. أيام المعدودات. فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصم. So whoever witnessed the month of Ramadan must fast the month of Ramadan. How did the month of Ramadan start the fasting? In the beginning of Islam, the Muslim was obligated to fast only the day of Ashura. When the Prophet immigrated to Medina, and he seen the Jews, they are fasting the day of Ashura, he said, أَحْنُ أَحَقُّ بِمُوسَى مِنْهُمْ. We have more right in Musa than them. Then he fasted the month of Ashura, and he commanded the Muslim to fast the day of Ashura. It was farm to fast the day of Ashura. And then in the second year of Hijrah, then when Ramadan was obligated to fast. Ramadan was prescribed to fast in the second year of Ramadan. Also when Ramadan started, it was not obligated, it was optional. Whoever want to fast the month of Ramadan, they should fast. And those who don't want to fast, they could feed miskin for every day. Like you want to fast, okay, feed miskin. And this is the darruj, because the Arab, they didn't know about Siyam. They know about Salah, they know about giving charity, making Hajj. But they didn't know about Siyam in the Arab, in this desert, in these hot days. So the Siyam come to them, in step by step, like the Khamr, like the matter of the Khamr. So it was optional at the beginning of the Siyam. And then it was obligated. It was obligated, as Anas radiallahu anhu, by the next ayah. فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرَ فَلْيَصُمْهُ. Whoever witnessed the month among you, then he should fast it. Then it's becoming obligated. But when the month was obligated, remember, we used to be like the people of the Kitab, the same ruling. What was the ruling of Ahlul Kitab? The right fasting, not this fake fasting they have. If someone break the fast after Maghrib, you cannot, you could only eat and drink and see your wife until Isha, or until you sleep. After you break your fast in Maghrib, if you pray the Isha, or you want to sleep even 5 minutes after Maghrib, you want to sleep, then you have to fast until the next day. Remember when I told you now, the Yahud, they fast from Maghrib until the next day Maghrib. Maybe similar to this. Wisal, it's called Wisal, connecting. So the only option you have to eat only after Maghrib, from Maghrib to Isha, or from Maghrib to the time you sleep if you delay the Isha. So if you came in Maghrib and you ate breakfast quickly, tamar, and you slept, that means even if you wake up, it doesn't help. If you sleep 2 minutes and then you wake up, then you cannot eat or drink until the next day Maghrib. And in this story is an authentic hadith by Qais ibn Salima radiyallahu anhu, that he came back from work. He was farming all day and he was hungry after Maghrib. He told his wife, "Buri lana ta'am," and see if we have food. She said, "No, we didn't have any food. I'll go search for you." They work all day and they didn't have nothing to eat. Nothing at the house. She went out and she came with food, maybe from her family, from her neighbor, maybe date, maybe milk. She's not gonna bring food, biryani and this. No, maybe some date, milk, piece of bread, dry bread. Now when she came, he already slept. قالت خيبة لك, you are big loser, you are lost. I feel sorry for you. And then in some other narration, he woke up and he said, she said, eat. He said, no, I slept. He said, no, you have not slept. Like, you did not really sleeping. He was just like, in the nap, in the middle. قال لا, he have water. No, I want to sleep. I'm not going to eat. And because of this ikhlas, and because of this behavior from this great Sahabi, and then the permission come for him and all of us. The second day, he went to work, he's farming. In the middle of the day, he was conscious. يعني أغمي عليه. جاء, عطشان, have nothing, no food, no water, nothing. And he was brought to the Prophet ﷺ. When the Prophet ﷺ saw him, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this ayah. أحل لكم ليلة النساء الرفث إلى نسائكم. Until the ayah, فَكُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا, eat and drink until the down. Also about the jina, about the jina, some of the athar, some of the good athar is narrated that some of the Sahaba, they used to betray themselves. They cannot hold themselves and they make jima' with their wife in the night of Ramadan. From one the saying that Umar ibn Khattab radiyallahu anhu, like he was standing with the Prophet ﷺ, but before he sleep, he was up with the Prophet ﷺ, and then when he got home, his wife was sleeping, and she woke up. He went to meet with her. She said, I slept. He said, I did not sleep. You sleep, but I do not sleep. I need what is for me, The man need to meet his wife. And this is having. And he did having, and then he regret. He felt sorry. And some other narration is some other of the Sahaba. This is what Allah said, كُنْتُمْ تَخْتَعُونَ أَنفُسَكُمْ. You used to betray yourself, not Allah, yourself. Like you think, you hesitating within yourself, should I do it, should not do it? And then they feel weak, and then they make the intercourse. And then when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows about this, قَالَ فَتَابَ عَلَيْكُمْ. Allah, He sent the tawbah upon them, meaning He forgive them. فَتَابَ عَلَيْهِمْ, and He give them the permission. فَالْآنَ بَاشِرُهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. And then you could have intercourse with your wife, eating, drinking, from the Maghrib until the true Fajr, the true dawn comes. And this is the Siyam. So the muddah of the Siyam is to hold down from the eating and the drinking, min mata, min طلوع الفجر الصادق, from the coming, the showing of the true Fajr, the true dawn, until غروب الشمس, until sunset. Stop from eating, drinking, وسائل المفطرات, in the rest of nullifiers like jima' and so on. طيب. And now the question will come, متى رمضان? When is Ramadan? Who could answer? So Ibrahim is going to answer. متى رمضان? So he said, he already have it in his calendar. متى رمضان? When is Ramadan? الحمد لله. شوف متى دخلنا. عندما يرى الهلال. When we sight the moon. This is the answer. Today I was in the masjid downtown praying over there. I have some business. And they already announcing, Imam, Monday is the Ramadan. Monday means Saturday is Ramadan. And then he said, March the 1st. You have to say it in English. March the 1st is the first day of Ramadan. And what else are you going to say to these people? Allahu musta'an. Not even expectation or nothing. He say that Ramadan is the first. If this is the Imam of the Jami', he's speaking like this, how about the regular people? What we are going to say to them? Anyway, ya akhwah, the fasting of Ramadan, as the brother said, is only known by two ways. One is Ramadan, you use two ways to know Ramadan. It's by seeing the moon or what else?
Completing the 30 days. Completing the 30 days.
To complete the month 30 days. To finish the whole month 30 days. Because look, when we are going out to sight the moon tonight, can you know? When the Muslim goes out to see the new moon for Ramadan, which day in Sha'ban? In the 29th. In the 29th. In the 29th of Sha'ban, the whole Muslim, in whole dunya, the whole world, they go out to sight the moon. They only sight the moon in Sha'ban. When? Every month. So, some people think only sighting the moon is Ramadan. No, the Muslims and those who are responsible, they go out to sight the moon every month of the year. Every month of the year. يعني هناك هيئات, there is committees that every Muslim country they give them pay. This is their job, and they know their job, and they are trusty person, and they trustworthy, and they are signed by the court, and they give their testament to the court, and this has been done every month. And this is how we know this is today or what? 26 Sha'ban. This is how we know that today is so and so Sha'ban. By these things. We didn't just wait and say no, because if it was wrong in Sha'ban, we're going to have some mistakes in Ramadan. So we have to watch every month. So in the 29th of Sha'ban, the whole Muslims go out to sight the moon. Very easy. Allah say, look to the moon. If we see the moon, then next day is Ramadan. If we didn't see the moon, then the next day should be the 30th day of Sha'ban, and then the day after that will be for sure Ramadan. Can the month be 31 days?
No.
Can the month be 28 days? No. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Al-shahru hakada, wa hakada, wa hakada." He said, we are ummah in talent, we cannot read. ولا نكتب أمة أمية لا نقرأ ونكتب الشهر هكذا وهكذا وهكذا. How much time? 30. And then he said وكذا والشهر هكذا وهكذا وهكذا. And he hold one. So this month only 29 days or 30 days. Cannot be more or less. It's very easy calculation. The Prophet ﷺ said, صوموا لرؤيته وافطروا لرؤيته. Fast when you see it, the moon. And break the fast, meaning in Shawwal, when you see it. فإن اغتم عليكم, if it's becoming hiding from you, if it's clouding, if it's dusting, فأتموا العدة 30 يوما. That hadith, فأتموا شعبان, they complete the period, month of Sha'ban, 30 days. Very easy. But now we're going to have the question that's being asked every year, the second question. The first question people ask, when is Ramadan? The second question is, why the people fasting, why those people are not fasting? Why people are fasting in different things? Well, the Muslimin, upon seeing the moon, they are upon three madhahib, three statements of the ulama. One statement of the ulama, if one Muslim seeing the hilal, then the rest of the ummah, they must fast the Ramadan. If one, for every month, you need two witnesses. But for the month of Ramadan, تحتاج كم? شاهد واحد. For the hadith of Ibn Umar, he said, the Prophet ﷺ, he asks us to go sight the moon. قال فرأيت الهلال فقلت يا رسول الله رأيت الهلال فصامه وأمر بصيامه. So Ibn Umar, he said, I saw the hilal by myself, and I told the Prophet ﷺ, then the Prophet ﷺ, he commanded Muslims to fast the month of Ramadan. So the ulama, they learn from this that you only need one witness for Ramadan. But for the hilal of Shawwal, in the rest of the year, you need two witnesses for everything. Right? So if one Muslim see it, rather than 100 Muslims, rather than 1,000 Muslims see it, then the whole Muslim Ummah, they need to fast. And this is the madhab of Abu Hanifa rahimahullah. And this is the madhab of Al-Imam Al-Albani rahimahullah. You know, they said, this is, and Uthaymin, he doesn't follow exactly this madhab, but he said, وَهَذَا لَهُ وَجْهٌ قَوِيٌّ مِنَ النَّظَرِ. This sounds very good. He said, this is making the whole ummah and تجتمع على كلمة واحدة. The whole ummah be in one word. You know, to feel like the same ummah and not to be mixing up and more benefit from this. The second statement, but there is other ulama, like Shafi'iyya, I believe also, in this madhab is also supported very well by Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah, وَهُوَ مَطَالِعُ الْهِلَالِ, that the rising of the hilal is based on the region. Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, 700 years ago, not now, 500 سنة, يقول فإذا اختلفت مواقيت الصلاة من بلد إلى آخر. If the prayer time change from one country to another, meaning, he said in the Maghrib, people praying, if we pray here Maghrib, over there is morning. If we are praying here morning, over there is Maghrib. How he knows? We're talking about 700 years ago. They didn't have Google Earth. They didn't have airplanes. They didn't have drone. They didn't have fax or telex to, if someone there, they could travel. They know there is differences, but how he know at the same time there is another time there? Subhanallah, the ulama, they used to be mind open. They are mind open. Prophet said he take a dalil from this. He said, look, when the salah is different from one country to another, in the timing zone for salah is different from one region to another, he said same thing for the hilal. So for him, and those ulama who went with him, he said, Even if the people of Bangladesh, for example, they saw the Hilal, that's for the region of Asia. The region of Sham, they need to have their own sighting. The region of Medina, they need to have their own sighting. The region of Africa, West Africa, they need to have their own sighting. The people in East Africa need their own sighting. So Europe need their own sighting. We are here in America, in the East Coast, we need our own sighting. So for him, we need our own sighting. But then, those respond to him. They say, okay, we listen to you, you sound good. Now you draw the line for us, and show us which region is which, in which country is which, how we can divide this to regions. So every statement of this, يدخل عليه إضافات. You add things to this. But listen to this statement of Shaykh al-Islam. There is one hadith, authentic hadith, that al-Fadl, who's al-Fadl? al-Fadl, she is the wife of Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib, the uncle of the Prophet ﷺ. So she's also the mother of Abdullah ibn Abbas. So al-Fadl, she sent her Mawla prayed. Someone used to serve her. She sent him to Sham. They are in Medina. So she sent him to Sham, over there, for some business. فذهب إلى الشام. It was Ramadan. فلما عاد إلى المدينة استقبله ابن عباس. Ibn Abbas came to him. فقال متى صمتم? So Ibn Abbas, he didn't care what he wanted to shout for. All he wanted to ask him one question. He said, the people of Sham, when did they start their fasting? He wanted to know. He said they started their fasting in the night of Saturday. He said in Medina we starting the fasting in the night of Friday. So it's different. Then pray, told him, so you will continue. You are not gonna make the calculation for Eid. Same as Sham and same as Muawiyah, Amir al-Mu'mineen. Ibn Abbas saying, no, we have our own sighting. How am I gonna do there? We have our own sighting. So see, his statement is more closer to the statement of Shaykh al-Islam Taymiyyah, and I think this was supported by Ibn Uthaymeen. Ibn Uthaymeen, he accepted both. But look, the other first one idea too, like Shaykh for Imam al-Albani and Abu Hanifa, the hadith is clear, and the ayah is clear. فَصُومُوا, all of you. The Prophet ﷺ, صُومُوا لِرُؤْيَتِهِ. Fast, all of you. Fast when you see it. When one person sees it, fast. This is for all of us, for the whole ummah. So both statement is very great. And if we could do this one, and the whole ummah fast, as shown, and they have reference for the whole Muslim ummah, and we have reference, and they agreed upon this, it will be more better. 100 times more better. But subhanallah, then we only gonna go to the third statement, not the first one and the second one. Third statement is what's being done right now. أن تصوم كل أمة في بلادها تحت ولايتها وأميرها. Every country, every region, when the people under the Imam, they should follow their Imam. And this is what the people are doing now, and it's valid. And it's one also authentic statement for the ulama. Meaning, if you are living in Pakistan and they say tomorrow is Ramadan, then tomorrow is Ramadan. If you live in Egypt and they say tomorrow is Ramadan, then tomorrow is Ramadan. Live in Senegal, they say tomorrow is Ramadan, then tomorrow is Ramadan. Some people say, no, I want to fast with Mecca and Medina. No. The Prophet ﷺ said, As-sawm yawma tusumun, wal-fitr yawma tuftirun. The fast when everyone fasts. In the Adha, in the Fitr as well, is when everyone celebrates. You didn't go fast by yourself. Only in one situation, if these people playing games, and we didn't see it, but they used, some of the real rulers, they were like crazy, like Gaddafi. Gaddafi all the time, he's not Shi'i, nothing. He's supposed to be Sunnah. The Shia is different. We know they opposite us all the time. We didn't care about them. But for Gaddafi, 25 years he was in authority. Every Ramadan, he's 2 days off, 2 day on. Not even 1 day. It's like this. We know this guy is really crazy. So people there, they have to be careful. Okay? And also, Bashar al-Assad is destroyed, alhamdulillah. So after he's being removed, this Bashar al-Assad, it was an interview with a man who was in charge for the sighting of the moon. He was assigned by the government. So one day he called him the Minister of Awqaf. Awqaf is the religious affair ministry, taking care of the religious affair. So he called him and he told him, Mr. President, he wants the Eid to be, they are talking about Eid, they already in Ramadan. He wants the Eid to be in Thursday. He said, inshallah, whenever the moon is, Thursday or Friday. He said, no, I'm making it clear for you. The Eid, they make it is on TV. The Eid must be on Thursday. He said, okay, inshallah, we'll make it whatever it is. I cannot judge. He said, no, you have to follow the calendar. He said, I cannot follow the calendar. And asked the Sheikh so-and-so, he's with them, but he didn't know they were listening. He said, no, we cannot go by the calendar. He said, you see? And they said, we're going to assign him. They resign him from his office. And we don't know what they really do. But some people are weak in Islam, in their deen. But alhamdulillah, majority, if we say 100% of the Muslim rulers, no one of them will dare to play games for which interest. Here they have no interest. And these things is assigned by affairs. And these things have to go through the court system. Even those countries are liberal. But for this matter of the religion, for this religion matter, they go through the court system. And those courts are Muslims. And Allahu A'lam, but we put the trust in Allah and also on all the Muslims. So all the Muslim countries, if we are there, we fast with them and we break fast with them only if we know for sure they are playing games or if they are using the calendar. Sadly, Turkey, big Muslim respected country, for the past 4 years, they are using the calendar. Even here in New Jersey, since Corona, masajid are using the calendar, and even masajid in New York. In this downtown masjid, I heard today, he probably following the calendar. I wanted to ask him, but they was collecting money after the salah as well. Every day, every salah, they have to collect money. So Allahu A'lam. So we have to be careful. If someone building his estimate about calendar, we didn't agree with them. Then we have to see the country around us who are fasting with the moon, and we have to be silent. We didn't go in front of the people. If they fasting, we tell them, oh, it's not Ramadan. We eat in front of them. We have to respect what's going on, But we have to fear for our deen. Otherwise, you fast with the Muslim and figure about everything else, inshallah. For us here in the East is kind of trouble. We are not Muslim country. We have no Muslim ruler. But the good thing, there is 100 Muslim country at least. They will announce the fasting before us. Before Maghrib come to us, they already announced in most of the Islamic world. So if we hear them saying they have seen the Ramadan, alhamdulillah, we're supposed to fast with them, inshallah. But the poor thing is what they have in the past now is good. In the past, they will have in the same community, in the same masjid. Yemeni people fast with Yemen. Bengali people fast with Bangladesh. Other people fast with Saudi, like this. No, it's not about nationality. It's about we here are one ummah. We either fast with those people there. If they didn't see it, then we have to go do our own sighting here. But over here, to go inside the moon is not easy because there's so much light, so much electricity. We have to go far when there is no electricity. Maybe you have to go to the upstate, Bear Mountain, something there, and to go to a place that is open. We could see it. It's our job. They say they have a committee here, but they don't really contact with all the masajid, and we don't know who are the people who goes there. California? California is far, yeah. But California is far. We need Morocco is more closer to us. This is what happened a couple of years ago. No one see it, and then a man, and the next day we are Bohar time already, and then a man from California, an imam, he said we have seen it. And then he caused trouble here in the whole US. Anyway, if they people want to follow them, follow them. But California is like this the next day for them. I give you a question. We already took 30 minutes, subhanAllah. If we seen the moon in the 29th day of Sha'ban, we seen the moon, but before Maghrib, is this moon count? It have to be after Maghrib. Whatever moon in the daytime is considered for the previous night. So we only count the sighting after Maghrib. SubhanAllah, you see the moon is there. 10 minutes to Maghrib, it started disappearing. After Maghrib, you didn't see it, so it's not Ramadan. And the only chance to see the hilal is not the middle of the night, it's right after Maghrib. You have like about 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and it depends on which region, which altitude. There's a lot of calculation for this. Sometimes if you use the astronomy, not to fast based on calendar, but to help us to spot the moon. Where is going to be, which area, which location, which angle, how is the clarity, stuff like this. We could use it for expectation, but then we have to see it with our own eyes. Some people say, how about if we didn't see it? How about if it's hidden, especially if it's crowded? You know what? We didn't see it. Today is 29 Sha'ban. You want to wait and after tomorrow, no problem. But for me, I'm going to fast tomorrow anyway, in case. In case. Can you do that? Can you fast the last day of Sha'ban to be sure that you didn't miss Ramadan?
No.
This is called Siyamu Yawm Shak, fasting the day of doubtful. This is forbidding. This is forbidden. The Prophet ﷺ said, لا تقدموا صيام رمضان بيوم أو يومين. Do not precede the fasting of Ramadan by fasting 1 day or 2 days. And Abu Musa al-Ash'ari رضي الله عنه قال, من صام يوم الشك فقد عصى أبا القاسم. Whoever fasted the day of doubtful, then he have disobeyed Abu al-Qasim, meaning the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, if people say tomorrow is not Ramadan, it's not Ramadan. You don't have to fast for in case, for doubt. This is forbidden. And you have to wait for after tomorrow, and then you start the Ramadan. So basically this is everything. We need to proceed before the month of Ramadan. We sight the moon, and the ikhtilaf between the ummah is valid. So we shouldn't be fighting. We see some people they fast, some countries they don't fast. They fast for their own sighting. Inshallah, this is no problem. Because we have to be careful here and to fast together with the Muslims, inshallah. Okay. So what is the conditions of Siyam? ما هي شروط الصيام?
Muslim.
To be Muslim. بالغ عاقل مقيم لا مانع فيه. And there is one more. قادرا. قادرا. You see it in English?
Ability.
No, English.
Ability.
Everything.
Oh, Islam.
To be a Muslim.
To be a Muslim.
Huh?
To be a Muslim. Age of
To reach the age of purity.
Third one.
Puberty. To be a sane person.
Seeing the moon.
لا. قال أن تكون مسلما بالغا عاقلا قادرا مقيما لا مانع فيه. Musliman, to be a Muslim. بالغا, to reach the age of puberty. عاقلا, to be a sane, not a crazy person. مقيما, to be a resident, like having a green card. No, residence meaning you're not traveler. قادرا, to have the ability to do so. You are not sick, you're not too old. لا مانع فيه, there is no prevention. Prevention like the women when they have their menstruation or give a labor, they're not allowed to fast. So if this 6 apply to you, then you have to fast the month of Ramadan. When we say for every Muslim, because the one who must fast is the Muslim, and sadly, every year we have seen a lot of non-Muslims, they come to the masajid, or they didn't have to come to the masajid, with their friends at their job, they fast with the Muslim. They say a new experiment, and we need to try. And I know someone, we invite him for Islam. He never came back to take the Shahada, but he was convinced. He said he's been fasting for the last 2 months of Ramadan. If he's not a Muslim, Siyam will benefit him?
No.
If someone fasts? No. When we say a Muslim, that means the kafir is not required to fast. He's not allowed to fast. It's not accepted from him. But if he did not fast, anyway, fasted over, will Allah punish him? Will he be punished for not fasting and not praying? No. Some people say, how? He's a kafir. We tell them, the ulama said, if Allah will punish the Muslim for not praying, for not fasting, for not doing the obligation, rather he also will punish the kafir for not doing the ibadat. So the kafir, he will be punished for his kufr. He's a disbeliever. And there is no worse than being a kafir. So he will be punished for his kufr and shirk. He will be punished for not responding to the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in doing the obligation from salah, in siyam, in the hijab, in all of this. And he will be punished even for the eating and the drinking and the clothing. He's even more trouble than the Muslim Yawm al-Qiyamah. You will be punished if you do sins. If you sin, but the kafir, he will be punished for everything. Because Allah, he posted his favor upon him. He bestowed his favors, and they are disobeying him, and they are doing this and this. So they will be punished for everything, for the haram, and for the obligations, and even for the permissible stuff that was given in life. They will be punished Yawm al-Qiyamah. This is the kafir. He's not required to fast. A baligh, meaning if the child didn't have to fast, but we should encourage them. As the Sahaba, they used to encourage their children to fast, and when they started feeling hungry, started crying, they give them the toys, the dolls made out of cotton. Distract them until Maghrib come. Sometimes now we have children, they're not below, but they are 10, 11, 12, and the parents, no, he's too young, no. The children say, I want to fast. They say, no, please, you can't. No, let them be. You're supposed to encourage them. It depends. Some children, they are 9, they're strong, they're good. Let them fast, especially days there is no school. They are staying at home. And now the weather getting better, is not that hot. Let them fast, Inshallah, they will be in their Sharh al-Qiyamah too. But are they obligated? No. They are not obligated. Only when they reach the age of puberty. We spoke about this in the chapter of Salah. The age of puberty, again, is to have the pubic hair showing for male and female, or to have the wet dream for male and female. And if there's nothing of this showing, they're reaching the age of 15. If someone reached the age of 15 and nothing of this showing, then he is a baligh. And extra one for the woman is menstruation. If the woman having her menstruation, even she is 9 or 10 years old, that means she is baligh. She have to fast. And someone reached the age of bulugh, meaning all the obligations become obligated upon him, and also all the hudud and kafarat will be applied upon him. طيب. So this is a Muslim baligh aqil. When we say aqilan, someone who have his mind, someone who lost his mind by gnun, he become insane. We didn't go to crazy or something, we have to fast. Also for someone incautious, someone he passed out. If someone he passed out from before Fajr start until after Maghrib, so I mean he was in coma for the whole day, not even 1 minute awake during the day of Ramadan. During the day, the time of Siyam, was his fasting is accepted. Even though he have the niyyah, he made suhoor, everything, but he became in coma. He had an accident before Fajr and he only wake up after Maghrib. This day will be counted for him? No. It's different from someone who is sleeping. Someone who have the suhoor, who is ready for Siyam, even without suhoor, but he have the niyyah of Siyam, he slept in the middle of the night, and subhanallah, he slept until after Maghrib. You know, this doesn't happen, but let's say he slept until after Maghrib. His Siyam is valid, his Siyam is valid. His Siyam is valid because the one who sleeps, if you wake him, he will be waking up. But the one who is in coma, he lost the mind. This is the difference. This is why some people, they say, what is the ruling of someone who sleeps the whole day until Asr? The Siyam is fast. The Siyam is valid. If they pray Fajr and then they sleep until like 15 minutes before Asr and then they wake up, they pray the Dhuhr time and then they pray Asr on time, yani their Siyam is valid. But if someone gonna turn his day and night and his night and day, guess he's trying to skip from the trouble of Ramadan, he needs to reconsider this. Maybe to sleep until Dhuhr is reasonable, especially in this country, this time of work, people will be late. Yani until Dhuhr, to catch Salat Dhuhr with the Jama'ah. Because in Ramadan, you only shouldn't be focused on fasting. What about the Salah? Salatul Jama'ah, what about the Quran? What about, every time, everything you do in Ramadan, you'll be rewarded for it, inshallah. So to be a Muslim and balighan, aqilan, qadiran. When we say qadiran, or before this, muqiman, someone who is resident. What does it mean? The traveler, if someone makes safar, then he's not required to fast. He doesn't have to fast. Allah said, فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا أَوْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ. Whoever upon you was sick or travel, then he should make up this day. So, if someone, he is traveling in Ramadan, is better for him to fast or to break the fast? Who's going to answer this question? Someone in the back. اسمه صاحبنا هاك الحين ما بينا انت ده يا حي نسيت اسمه ايوه الافضل الصائم المسافر في نهار رمضان الذي سافر في نهار رمضان هل افضل له ان يصوم ام ان يفطر؟ So he said that it's better for the traveler during the day of Ramadan to break the fast. Do you agree? Huh?
Up to the situation.
Up to the situation. This is a better answer. Up to the situation. So we say, but up to the situation. Now, so what do we mean up to the situation? So the asr, he have the rukhsah. Like the brother said, he have rukhsah. What is rukhsah? If you travel, you are free. You want to fast, you don't fast. Even if you have no harm, you are good, 100%. Just because you travel, you have the permission to break the fast. But is it better to fast or to doesn't fast, like the brother said, based on the situation? So like this, when you fast, if you travel and then is fasting or non-fasting is the same for you, doesn't give you any trouble, it's better for you to fast. It's allowed to fast. Some ulama say like Bahiriya, they say you cannot fast on fasting. No, during Ramadan. why you travel. No. The Prophet ﷺ, in the authentic hadith, كنا نسافر في اليوم الشديد الحر وليس فينا صائم إلا النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وعبد الله بن رواحة. In the other hadith, the Sahaba used to say, كنا نصوم في رمضان ولا نكفر. We travel in Ramadan, we used to fast. Some of us fast, some of us not fasting. فكان لا يعيب الصائم على المفطر ولا يعيب المفطر على الصائم. The one who fasted, they don't laugh or mock the one who break the fast. And the one who break the fast, they does not belittle the one who fasted. They both are that right. They both are having that permission. So if it's the same for you to fast or doesn't fast, Ibn Uthaymeen, he shows it, he say to fast is better. Why? He said because this is one of the day of Ramadan. You are allowed to break the fast, but he said if you feel good, no trouble, fast. You are in the month of Ramadan. This is number one. Number two, أسرع لإبراء الذمة. You don't have to worry after Ramadan. You free yourself from any forgetting. Also, in Ramadan, everyone fasts. It's easy to fast. After Ramadan, you may hesitate because a lot of people does not fast after Ramadan. You know, so it's better to fast. This is number one. Number two, إذا كان في الصوم مشقة. If there is hardship in the fast, in the trouble, then it's better to break the fast. Al-afdal, to break the fast. Why? Because this is the rukhsa. Allah give you the permission. Why you want to make it hard for yourself? And I am wondering, people go in Ramadan and they go to Mecca and Umrah. You know sometimes what is the temperature there, especially in summertime? And he just came from the airplane and he's traveling and he's doing Umrah and he's fasting. He's dying there. You see him panting. Ya akhi, don't kill yourself. Allah, He doesn't want from the fasting to betray, to punish ourselves. لا يريد تعذيبنا وإيلامنا إنما يريد التقوى. Allah, He wants the taqwa from us. You give the permission, break the fast, make it after Ramadan. Why are you so scared? You know? So this one here, if you receive difficulty in the Siyam, if you got hardship during Siyam, it's better for you to break the fast. In the Siyam, for you becomes makruh. Siyam becomes makruh because you are bringing difficulty, not harming. The third level, if you bring in harm to yourself, if you're traveling and you are fasting and you bring in harm to yourself, you are killing yourself, you are bothering yourself, making too much difficulty, not a little bit hardship, so much hardship to yourself. Like we say, somebody's panting. Like we say, when I came back from Umrah, you know, every time you came back directly with the Saudi air flight, you know what time, the scheduled time to leave Mecca, Medina, Jeddah? The airplane from the Saudi airline directly to JFK leaves Jeddah at 5 a.m. So exactly Fajr day. You leave 5 a.m., you know what time you get here in JFK? 12 p.m. So the flight was only 5 hours? No, because the plane was going together with the sun. You was in 12 hours duration flight. So you fasted 12 hours in the airplane. With the air pressure, all of this. And then when you get in the airport, it's 12 p.m. And you know what the time iftar here in summertime? 8:40. Let's say 8 o'clock. So 12-hour fasting in the airport, in the air. And then when you reach JFK, until Maghrib time is another 8 hours. So how much the total you fasted? 20 hours. And you are tired, and you are traveling, and you are this. Yeah, akhi, sometimes the sip of water, you don't have to eat. Some people think if they have to break the fast, they have to eat the whole turkey. No, one sip water. One glass water when you travel, it brings the energy for you. You could make it, you could make the tasbih, you could focus. Allah is Rahim wa And Allah said, عِدَّةٌ مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرَ يَا أَخِي. So if you're harming yourself, if you're hurting yourself while fasting, it's haram. But the fasting itself, salih, is valid. Because no one said that Siyam is sahih, Siyam is valid, but you are harming yourself and you are committing sin for harming yourself. Same thing when we go to the sick person. Qadiran. Qadiran meaning someone who's capable. If someone is sick, same thing. You should break the fast and take the medication. Break the fast and drink soup and drink medication and this and that. But sometimes if the want to fast is a little bit pain, a little bit illness, small sickness, who could tell is you yourself? Who could tell you are sick or not? It's you yourself. You yourself is the one who could say, I am sick or not. Or the doctor, if he's trusted. If so, then inshallah, it's better for you to break the fast, otherwise you should complete. It's time for that?
No.
All right.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala rasulillah. Amma ba'd, we continue through the rulings of the Siyam, and we are discussing the shurut of Siyam, the conditions of Siyam. You must be a Muslim, balighan, aqilan, qadiran, muqiman. When we say qadiran means you have the ability to fast. So if someone is sick, al-marad naw'ain, is two types of illness. Marad tari' wa marad da'i. Organs illness and then permanent illness. If someone have illness like he has fever, he have bad cough, he have virus, anything, any disease or surgery he done, and he expected to be better next month, 2 months, next week. So he break the fast now and then he make it up after Ramadan. Nafs al-musafir, same like that traveler. But if someone who have a permanent illness, يعني مرض لا ينتهي, it does not end. Someone who have cancer, someone who have heart disease, someone who is diabetic, he's like big level, someone who have kidney dialysis. They didn't expect to be better. This sickness is continuing. So this person, he also allowed to break the fast, but then instead of this, what do you have to do? He have to feed kafara. He have to pay kafara. Same thing like the old person. He never expected to be young again. So for the old person who cannot, fast, or someone whose disease, whose sickness never expected to get better, they should feed one miskin for every day. One miskin for every day. Can you pay before Ramadan? No, it's not. It's better because you go out of the khilaf. Wait until Ramadan comes and then you feed one miskin for each night, or at the end of the 10 nights, every 10 nights you feed 10 masakin, or like Anas radiallahu anhu, he is one of the Sahaba who lived for a long time. He used to be at the end of his life, he cannot fast, so he wait until the last day of Ramadan, and then he gathered 29 miskin or 30 miskin based on the number of days of the month, and then he will make food for all of them. He will make food for all the day he missed. One miskin for each day, nothing much. تصنع له طعام مع قدام. You give him a full dish of food. You don't give him dry rice. Whatever you eat in your house, you make rice with soup, rice with vegetable, rice with chicken. You give him a full meal, inshallah, and let him eat. So this is for the sick person and the old person. And we also spoke about the traveler. But the traveler, he cannot start eating only after he leaves. If you are from New York City and you expect to travel to Mecca and Medina, if you're still in JFK, don't eat and drink. Don't short the salah yet, because you may not travel. In this Ramadan is honor month. Be careful. You only allow to eat after you take off in the airplane, or if you go in by car after you pass through the Holland Tunnel over a Zana Bridge or something. You leave out of the city. Now you can start the eating and the drinking. Now you can start shorting the salah. Not while you stay at home. No, it's not allowed. Then if someone wake up in the morning, it's Ramadan, he was fasting, and he said, I will start, and then in the middle of the day, now it came up to him to travel. He said, I have to go to upstate, I have to go to Albany. I have very important business today. He already started the siyam. If he started traveling now, can he break the fast? But he started the fasting. Yes, some ulama say if you started the fasting, you cannot break the fast. Only if you travel at night, then you could continue the break in the fast. No, it's not true. The Sahih, Ibn Uthaymeen said, rahimahullah, even if you started the beginning of the day fasting, and then you have to travel, فَإِذَا سَافَرْ فَيَجُوزُ لَكَ الْإِفْطَارِ, then you are allowed to break the fast. Very simple. The second question is, you was traveling and you was eating and drinking, you was muftar, you was not fasting, you came back home at the middle of the day, like we say, you came back from Medina, 12 p.m., you're already in JFK, you was not fasting. Can you continue the eating and drinking even if you got back home, or your permission came to an end? You got this question? Permission came to an end. So even if you was not fasting, but you have to stop the eating and drinking for the respect of the month of Ramadan. This is one strong statement for the ulama. Other ulama said no. Imam Uthaymeen said no. If you already have the permission to eat in the beginning of the day, you are allowed to eat the end of the day. And he said again, the thing of the siyam is not from stopping us from eating and drinking and torturing us. No, it's to have the taqwa of Allah. And then there is good athar, authentic narration by Ibn Mas'ud. It's not a hadith. It's for Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. He's one of the scholars of Sahaba. He said, من جاز له أن يأكل أول النهار جاز له أن يأكل آخرة. Who is allowed to eat in the beginning of the day, he is allowed to eat at the end of the day. So, but you have to be careful. You came back here and you live here, right? And I see you come in the car, you eating the sandwich in your car. And brother Abu Bakr, he see you say, Subhanallah, we thought this brother, he's in the first line, he's not even fasting. So we have just to be smart. Don't put ourselves in the position of doubtful. Of doubt. If you're gonna eat home, not in front of the people. And then you have, otherwise you have to explain to you, hey, I'm fast, I'm not. First you have to say, I am not fasting, I was traveling, and then I came back here now. And Ibn Uthaymeen said I could, you have to go through all of this. You have to read this whole page for them. You know? Some people will say, even if you got back, your permission is ended. You got to respect the month of Ramadan. And there is another statement, a strong statement from the ulama. They say, in case, this used to happen before, not now. If we wake up tomorrow and we didn't know, we thought it's not Ramadan. And then we find out in the middle of the day that today is Ramadan. We thought it's not Ramadan, but they say, no, they seen the hilal, you were sleeping. Today is Ramadan. Then you have to stop the eating and the drinking. You have to stop because this is the month of Ramadan. You was not allowed, you was not permitted to eat and drink. But you're not sinning, but you have to make up that day too. Because you don't have the niyyah before Fajr. Why? Because you have to have the niyyah before Fajr. You know, for the fasting, the Prophet ﷺ during travel, he once passed by a man, قَدْ ظُلِّلَ عَلَيْهِ. People already shading him. He said, what happened to this man? They was in trouble and they were fasting Ramadan. They said, أُغْمِيَ عَلَيْهِ يَا رَسُولَ. He was incautious because he was fasting during Siyam. He was fasting during travel. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم ليس من البر الصيام في السفر. ليس من البر الصيام في السفر. Is not from righteousness, is not from bir to fast while traveling. Why? For someone whose case like this person, he harmed himself. He fasted until the moment he passed out. You know? And then the Prophet ﷺ, there is a lot of hadith. So during fasting, you have to do whatever is better for you. Whatever is better for you. Here we started talking about the niyyah. What we said about the niyyah? We said you have to have the niyyah from before Fajr. For Ramadan, you have to have the niyyah before Fajr. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم من لم يجمع النية من قبل الفجر فلا صيام له. If someone does not have the niyyah of Siyam before Fajr, there is no Siyam for him. And now the ulama, they say, this is the question we hear all the time. Do we have to have a niyyah for every day of Ramadan, for every night? Because every day of Ramadan is a different ibadah. Today is different from yesterday. And today is different from tomorrow. So do we have to have the niyyah every day? Look, ya akhwa. As a Muslim, we already automatically having the niyyah for the whole month of Ramadan. If you ask anyone here, are you going to fast? We are obligated to fast. Of course we're going to fast. When you eat, break the fast, you're already thinking about the next day. This is already your niyyah. When you eat suhoor, you're already thinking about the niyyah. When you drink too much water in the night, preparing for the next day, this is already your preparation for the fasting. So this is niyyah. So you don't have to bother about it every night. Do I have to have it? No. The thing you have to focus on is niyyah to ta'yin. The niyyah of specifying, meaning the first day of Ramadan, you have to spot the niyyah. Like we said, in the 29th of Sha'ban, we will have to recite the moon. Tomorrow is Ramadan or not. If they say tomorrow or Ramadan, now we have to really act on this niyyah, not in our mouth, on our heart. Now we have to prepare because this is the first night and eat the suhoor and do everything. Now we have to spot the niyyah. وَإِذَا تَحَلَّلَ الصِّيَامِ إِفْطَارٍ. And also, if there is a break between the fasting, for example, the niyyah, the intention. So you have to have the intention before the fajr. So if you have the intention for the first day of Ramadan, then you are good for the rest of Ramadan. Because every day you are continuing to fasting. But if you fasted the first week and then you become sick or you travel, let's say you become sick. You become sick and you were sick, you have virus, you break the fast for 2 days, you're taking the medication, everything. And then the first day you break the fast, the second day you break the fast. Before you was fasting for a whole week, and then you interrupted the fasting for 2 days, you were sick. The third day you wake up in the morning, 10 a.m., 12 p.m., and you feel better. You know, I feel better today. I'm just gonna fast today. You have to fast, because if you feel good, you're not sick anymore, then you should fast. Your permission is gone. But is this day valid for you? Is this day accounted for you? I'm not going to ask saying Allah. No. Why no? Because you didn't have the niyyah before Fajr. You didn't spot the niyyah before Fajr. Because you break the fast, you was sick for 2 days, you was eating and drinking, and then the third day you wake up, you didn't restart the niyyah for the fasting. You didn't have niyyah before Fajr. Then this hadith apply here in this situation. You wake up. No, what you should have did at night, you was sick for 2 days and then the third day you're already feeling a little bit better. Well, it's night time. You say, khalas, tomorrow I'm going to fast. You're supposed to have the niyyah of fasting. No taraddud, not shaking between. No. Have the niyyah 100%. Tomorrow I'm going to fast because it's Ramadan and fast. But if you got sick during the day again, then break the fast again. There's no problem. But don't have your niyyah shaking. At-taraddud fi niyyah, shake, like being doubtful about your niyyah, you could lose the siyam. You could lose the siyam. You have to determine your niyyah. You have to be certain about the niyyah. When you give niyyah for siyam, then I am fasting. Okay? Number 2, about the niyyah. If someone say, in his niyyah, I am not fasting anymore. And this does not happen in Ramadan because you cannot break the niyyah of fasting. But let's say if he was praying Monday and Thursday, fasting Monday and Thursday, not Ramadan, other day. And then at Asr, you say, Ya akhi, it's hard day. You know what? I'm not fasting anymore. It's not token. It's like in your niyyah, you are determined 100% you're not fasting anymore, and you're just waiting for a chance to eat or drink something. So since that moment when you break the fast, you're not fasting anymore. It's different from a person who gave condition. Yani, if I got home and my wife, it was not Ramadan, we're talking about regular fasting. If I got home and my wife, mashallah, made me, this roasted lamb, in this, good food, I'm gonna eat. You got home and she makes chicken noodle soup. You say, what is this? I'm not gonna validate my day for chicken noodle soup. No, I'm gonna continue my fasting. Your fasting should continue. Why? Because you interrupted your niyyah based on certain conditions, the ulama say. It's better not to do this, to go out of the khilaf, but in case sometimes we do this, like, if I got home, I will eat. Then you get home, it's not worth eating. I'd rather fast a couple more hours, and that's it. Inshallah, it's valid. Okay, so this is everything, but the 6th one is about the women. If the women have the menstruation, then they also lose the fasting. For example, we're going to come to this one, we talk about mufsidat al-siyam. Mufsidat al-sawm. We have like how much? 15 minutes left. What is the nullifiers of siyam? By finishing the nullifiers, we almost finish about everything in the siyam. Everything else will be mustahabbat, makruhat. This could be done at any other time. But this is mostly because the chapter of siyam is very short. This is the shortest chapter in book of the whole fiqh, siyam. Okay, especially about Ramadan. What is the things that will nullify the siyam? No talking, the kids here. Bring your waist down. What are the things, if you do it, you will lose the fasting? مفسدات الصيام. Who could say something? Mubtilat, nullifiers of the siyam. Stuff that's gonna break your fasting. What is it? Eating, drinking. Allah said in the Quran 3 things. Jima, rafath, eating, drinking. If you have intercourse, or if you are eating, or if you are drinking, you lose the fasting. What other things? أيش أشياء أخرى? Look, it's not a lot. 3 things, then you add another 3. So, rafath, which is intercourse with the wife, jima, eating, drinking. From rafath is another thing, you could divide it. There's another thing, which is called istimna, masturbation. If someone discharges his semen, إذا استمنى شخص, either by touching with his hand, إذا بيده, أو بالمباشرة, or he started kissing his wife, or hugging his wife, or playing with his hand, or rubbing on the blanket, or doing anything. وإذا كرر النظر, if he repeatedly looking at something, make him to discharge the semen. Not the first time. The first time you are excused. It is impossible to say, but this is what the Ravine say. He says it's the first time, because the first time when you see something, you are excused. النظرة الأولى لك والثانية عليك. If you see something haram, you say astaghfirullah. If you looked again, now it's haram. But if someone look at woman and he said, oh mashallah, and he discharged, mashallah, right away. It's too fast, super fast. It doesn't happen, but this is okay. But if someone keep looking, oh, he's looking at his wife naked in his Ramadan, and he's looking again, now he didn't act. He discharged semen, you lost the fasting. If you play with your hand, you lose the fasting. If you kiss, you lose the fasting. You know, kissing only, kissing until discharge, because kissing the wife is permissible in Ramadan. The Prophet ﷺ كان يقبل وهو صائم. But if someone started doing more, and then he discharged the semen, he ejaculate, he make ejaculation, istamna, afraga, shahwatahu, and then he have lost the fasting. So what he have to do? This person, he have to stop the eating and drinking again until Maghrib. It doesn't mean if you ejaculate, you're going to eat and drink. No, still Ramadan. You're going to hold on until Maghrib, but there is no kafara. Kafara only in jima. But let's just finish the thing. So if you have intercourse with the wife, you lose the fasting. If you have istimna, which is ejaculation, you lose the fasting. If you ate or drink, you lose the fasting. If you anything replace eating and drinking, ما حل مكان الأكل والشرب, like IV supplement, fluid, or supplement, or vitamins, or nutrition, or blood. If you gain blood infusion, there's food, it's proteins. So all of this make you lose the fasting because it replaces the food. So ejaculation, masturbation, jima, which is intercourse, and then ejaculation, and then eating, al-aklu, al-shurbu, ما حل مكان الأكل والشرب, whatever replace eating and drinking, vomiting intentionally. If someone intentionally vomit, he throw up in purpose, then he also lose the fasting. This is 6. Number 7, he said the hijama, and we could say hijama or discharging the blood. Yeah, which is discharging the blood, like menstruation for the woman. If the woman have menstruation during her siyam is not valid. Let's go to this one by one quickly. So the first one is jima. If someone have intercourse with his wife during the month of Ramadan, when he is someone who was not traveling, he wasn't sick, he was someone who's supposed to fast, then he's in deep trouble. Like this man came to the Prophet ﷺ, as narrated by Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, قال جاء رجل إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال يا رسول الله هلكت احترقت. O Prophet of Allah, a man came him running. O Prophet of Allah, I am being destroyed, I am burning. He said, what happened? قال وقعت على امرأتي في نهار رمضان وأنا صائم. I have intercourse with my wife in the the day of Ramadan, while I am fasting. Then the Prophet ﷺ, he said, now you have to pay the kafara, you have to commit a sin, and you have to repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But sometimes, someone who couldn't hold himself, now you have to pay the kafara, it's a punishment. He say, do you have a slave? You have to free a slave. He say, I don't have a slave. And then this is not option, it's by steps, bit-tartib, in order. The second one, if you don't have a slave, then you have to fast 2 continuous months. If you don't have 2 continuous months, and then if you cannot fast 2 continuous months, then you have to feed 60 miskin. So this is for doing one intercourse. So if you do it twice in the same day, it's not double. If it's the same day, it's the same kafara. But it's double haram. It doesn't mean if you have intercourse the first time and then you're going to have intercourse the second time and eating and drinking. No, it's still the month of Ramadan. وَشَهْرُ رَمَضَانْ مُعْتَبَرْ مُحْتَرَمْ Muharram. The month of Ramadan is respected, is sacred. Any violations you do is adding to your sin. So if you make the mistake one with jima', it doesn't mean you are allowed to eat and drink. No. It doesn't mean if you're going to have double again. No. But if you did it again, it's the same kafara. But if you do a different day, one jima', one intercourse today, tomorrow is intercourse, after tomorrow is intercourse, then you have to pay 3 kafara. So you have to fast 6 months. If you cannot, which you mostly like you cannot, then you have to pay 60 miskin for every violation. 60 miskin for all of this. You give them full food, inshallah. So this is the jima'. And the jima' here is the full intercourse. You insert the penis in the vagina of the woman, even without ejaculation. If you went in, إذا أدخل الميل في المكحلة فهنا وقع الجماع. إذا التقى الختانان. So this is jima'. طيب. Anything else, there is no kafara. Only for intercourse. Anything else of breaking the fast, you are sinning if you have no reason, but does not require any expiation, no penalty. So number 2 is istimna. Someone masturbation with his hand or by hook, like you said earlier. So he break the fast. He have to make up that day, but he has no kafara to pay. What about the wet dream? Al-ihtilam. If someone was sleeping during the day of Ramadan and he have dream of sexual intercourse with his wife, not this wife here, his other wife that is back home, So he have to what? He doesn't have to do anything in his siyam is-sahih. He just have to make ghusl janaba for salah. But his siyam is fasting. Masturbation is haram regardless is Ramadan or other Ramadan. Masturbation or masturbating. So this thing it's haram regardless. But if you do it during Ramadan, it's haram plus you lose the fasting. Just give me 1 minute, Akhi. We are coming to an end. And then eating and drinking. Eating and drinking, anything. You eat and drink. Anything you swallow from your throat is good food or bad food, even if it's balastic. If you swallow this, you swallow it intentionally, you lose your fasting. Balastic, you lose your fasting. Milk, you lose your fasting. Liquor, you lose your fasting. Anything you swallow it intentionally, you have break the fast, and then you have to make up this day. No saliva. Then makanul akwa shirb. If you have IV fluid, like we said before, or blood infusion, anything replace the eating and drinking, anything replace the energy, then you also lose the fasting. And this person already sick. Number 5, vomiting intentionally. Someone intentionally vomit. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Man istaqa'a falyu'id, wa man dara'ahu al-qay fala shay'a alayh." If someone vomited intentionally, then he have to make up the fasting. But if the vomiting overcome without his intention, then there is nothing against him. He should continue the fasting. He should continue the fasting. Is not in his hand. Some people say, "Oh, will people vomited intentionally?" People like this. Some people, especially before, like they get pain, stomach pain or something during fasting, they don't lose the fasting. They don't want to take medication. He will put his hand, his finger, or he grab his stomach, or he will look at something nasty to cause him to throw up. He feel better. If you did so, you lose your fasting. Why? The ulama say, "Ya akhwa, look, this is from the siyam." Because now you're losing energy. You bring in stuff that is inside of you. You have lost your energy. Now you are required to at least eat something or drink something to bring the energy, and then start the eating and drinking, and then you have to make up that day anyway, because you have lost the energy. So vomiting intentionally losing the fasting. Al-qayu amdan. Lastly, the last thing is khuruj al-dam, the discharge of blood. The discharge of blood is for the woman, menstruation. If the menses of the woman came even 5 minutes before Maghrib, she lost the fasting. For example, she fasted the whole day. 15 minutes before Maghrib, she have the blood. Menses came. Then she have to make up this day. But did she lose the time she was fasting? No. Allah does not lose any of our deeds. Allah will reward her. Allah will reward her for her what she go through, but she have to make up this day of fasting, inshallah. And a lot of question comes about the women who are nursing and the women who are pregnant. Can they break the fast? Yes, they are allowed to break the fast. وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَهُ فِدْيَةٌ طَعَامُ مِسْكِينٍ. They should give the fidya by feeding a miskin. So the women who are pregnant or they are breastfeeding, if they break the fast, it's three things for them. The Salaf, all three strong statements. The first statement of Ali radiallahu anhu, he said, the woman who was fasting or nursing, الحامل والمرضى إلى أفطرت فإنها تقضي ولا شيء عليها. All she have to do is make qada and she have to do anything. And this is the madhab of Hanifiyya. And this is also the statement of Ibn Uthaymeen. طيب, from our time, Ibn Uthaymeen. The second statement is for Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu, that he said she have to make qada only. She have to pay kafara only. She didn't have to pay qada, to make qada. She only have to pay the kafara. She didn't have to make qada. And this is was chosen by Imam al-Albani. So this is the statement of Ibn Umar and is chosen by Imam al-Albani. She only have to pay the expiation. He said because this valid pregnant woman and woman who was nursing, they will have permission from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They didn't have to make up the fasting, but all they have to is to make the kafara. And this is a lot of talk about this one. You know? So the other statement, the third one, is for Ibn Abbas from the Salaf and is chosen by Shafi'i and Imam Ahmad. That says the woman's who was he break the fast because of the children, then she have to make up the day and also to pay the kafara. Especially if she break the fast not for herself, but she did it for the baby. She didn't do it for herself, but she did it for the baby to make more milk for the baby. Now they use baby bar, but if the woman still do it today and she break the fasting not because of her, but to make sure there's enough milk for the baby, then she have to make up this day and also to pay the kafara, because she did it for another person's sake, not for her own sake. So all of this matter, ya akhwa, is strong, and they have a lot of adillah. There is no time to discuss it. But we say whatever al-abra' al-dhimma is to make up this day. Anyone who break the fast, فَعِدَّةٌ مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخْرَى. It's better to make up this day. But if a woman was pregnant the whole month of Ramadan, she lost the fasting, and then she was breastfeeding, also losing the fasting, or the second year again she is fasting, year after year, then inshallah it becomes hard for her. She moved to the next fatwa, which is the statement of Ibn Umar, and is the fatwa of Imam al-Albani and a lot of other ulama. She only have to pay the violation and she didn't have to make up this days. Inshallah. So these are the nullifiers of the siyam. Hijama have khilaf. The only one who say hijama make you lose the fasting is the Hanabila, and is the statement of Shaykh al-Islam Taymiyyah and supported by Ibn Baz and Ibn Uthaymeen. But all the other scholars in Islam, including Albani, Imam Abu Hanifa, Shafi'i, all of them, Imam Malik, they said no, hijama does not break the fasting, because this hadith was mansukh, was abrogated. This hadith was abrogated, and this is a rather big khilaf. But we say, why you have to have hijama ya akhi during the daytime? You stay until Maghrib or do it after Ramadan. If you are sick, this is a different situation. You already have the permission to break the fast. But if someone has to do hijama, then we cannot say he break the fast, but he should ask for fatwa, inshallah. That this big matter of khilaf. Anyway, ya akhwa, all of this matter we have mentioned about nullifier of the siyam, either is intercourse, or masturbating, or eating, or drinking, or whatever replace eating and drinking, or vomiting, or the semen of the, not the semen of the woman. All of these 6 ones, لا تقع, does not apply إلا إذا كان المرء عالما قاصدا ذاكرا. Only if you are knowingly and doing it intentionally. If you was ignorance, so nothing of this apply to you. If someone come and know and say, I didn't know that vomiting intentionally break the fast, then his fasting is sahih. If someone is newly Muslim came and say, I don't know that intercourse with the wife break the fasting, I thought it was only eating and drinking, then his siyam is valid because he doesn't know. If someone, a young man, come and say, I don't know that discharging the semen break the fast, I thought it was only sexual intercourse, then we say your fasting is sahih because he doesn't know. But you should know, you should learn, and you should know from now. Okay? So al-jahl is an excuse. If someone came in night time and he wake up and he ate, he thinks it's still Maghrib, it's still night, it's not Fajr yet. And then after he ate, he found for sure now, his brother come who started hearing the masjid, there is 20 minutes passing Fajr. his siyam is sahih because he was ignorant about the time. Also before Maghrib, in the Bukhari by Isma bint Abi Bakr radiallahu anha, she said, "Aftarna